in Nigeria's political opposition camp, questions are growing about cohesion, strategy, and electability. Peter Obi's presidential bid is reportedly encountering resistance in parts of northern Nigeria, where some influential voices insist his party, the Nigeria Democratic Congress, remains largely unknown and untested. At the same time, the NDC itself is grappling with internal disputes arising from its primaries, raising familiar questions about party democracy and internal discipline. Across the aisle, the ruling APC is hardly insulated from turbulence. In Osun State, the resignation of loyalists of former National Secretary Senator Yola Omishore has exposed fresh cracks within the party following disagreements over candidate selection and internal power arrangements. Elsewhere, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar continues his search for a running mate, a decision that could significantly shape the opposition's calculations heading into 2027. Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by two respected analysts who will help us make sense of the politics, the personalities, and the implications for the road to 2027. And they are the director of the Abuja School of Social and Political Thought, and Arise News analyst, Dr. Sam Amadi, who is also a professor of law, and Arise Politics editor and director of news, Sumner Sambo. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for coming in. And given Dr. Sam's institutional governance and policy perspective and Sumner Sambo's political strategy and electoral analysis capacity, I couldn't have asked for two better analysts. So thank you for being here. And I have to tell you that I watch Sumner's Monday.
Sure.
I mean, that is
all
a
the
big
time.
thing
I watch it all the time.
It's a big thing to watch on
Absolutely.
Monday. Now, let me start with you, Dr. Sam Amadi. We're hearing claims that Peter Obi is facing resistance in parts of the north. Is this simply the normal turbulence that every opposition candidate faces, or is there a deeper political obstacle confronting Mr. Obi?
Okay, two ways to look at it. One is political strategy and propaganda. I mean, this is the period. So we're going to have a lot of messaging that are contrived to drive political outcomes. So if you see somebody say, oh, he has a resistance, it might mean that they are saying this is not sellable. But again, we could also say that there will be some resistance, especially with the post-23 toxicity issues around. I mean, I've seen some people, AI-generated stories around, or he issued ID card to Northerners, which came out to be that it was Rochas Okorocha at a particular time. So some people are driving narratives that ordinary persons, maybe in the north, would feel, oh, wow, this is what it is.
Yeah.
We expect that when the campaign comes, I was called to someone off camera that, look, we're going to expect a huge moments of hate speeches, of very, very scandalous.
It's going to be pretty vitriolic, isn't it?
Yeah. So in a sense, you can two ways. Yes, it's possible. Again, look at also his performance in the 2023 election. That's not a strong forte. He has to work harder. And I guess the strategic choice of Rabi Kwakwanso is a recognition that Peter's most urgent need is to expand his electoral map across northern Nigeria. And that's going to be difficult with Atiku, with all the issues we know, but it's what political heroism is made of. So as we walk down, we see how well it is. And again, sadly, we don't do a lot of polling. I mean, what would probably start with a poll now and say 6 months under now or 3 months, how has messaging, if people get to know more about this character, if people get to see him and understand the messaging, what shifts, what moves. So for now, we're going to be stuck with optics, driven more by political narratives, and not really plumbed into the depth of this resistance.
Sumner, we had yesterday on this program the National Publicity Secretary of the Arewa Consultative Forum, and he was making the point that all the presidential candidates, as far as he's concerned, have lost traction in the north because the opposition, the messaging, as Dr. Sam put it, is not getting through, and the actions of the ruling party, the president, are not getting through either. But let's just finish that bit about Peter Obi. How much is it about he himself? And how much is it about the fact that the NDC, his party, is still a relatively new political platform, trying to build structures in territories where basically it never existed before?
Thanks, Charles. Like I had always counseled in the past few weeks while doing my analysis, Peter Obi needs to get down and do the real dirty work when it has to do with party, arranging the political party and trying to work and not stay by the side with the leader of the party, Seriake Dixon, and of course, Rabia Musa Kwankwan. So, I mean, for example, the challenges that they're having in Kano is not something that they should be having now. Kwankwan has always been the reason